Welcome back, you guys. So we've already discussed Penei Sewell ended up in the bottom 5 from this past weekend against the Steelers, according to the PFF rankings. That being said, will the Lions regret drafting him? Jeff, let's start with you.
Will is important. I think it's going to take time to really evaluate Sewell because, well, like I said earlier, I sound like a broken record, but he hasn't played football since his sophomore year in college. He took junior year off because of COVID. He switched to right tackle. He's playing against grown men. It's a whole new league. It's going to take some time to get his legs under him, but getting beat by Gregory Rousseau in his debut isn't a good thing. Obviously, Greg is a he's a rookie as well, but you got to build on those things and hopefully stack good weeks on top of each other. I mean, I don't expect this guy to come out and play well like Adam said earlier. Jonathan Ogden's one of the only guys to come in and move grown men. I don't want people to put too much expectations on him, but people do say he could be a next Hall of Fame left tackle. His athleticism and his upside, and I get all that, but we got to start seeing results, and I want to start seeing good performances on top of good performances, and the last 2 weeks haven't been that good. He's had great plays, but he's also had lowlights. So to say they made the wrong pick is an idiotic thing to really say right now. It's going to take this whole season to evaluate with this offensive line gaining chemistry and playing together. So right now, if you're asking me, no, they didn't make the wrong pick. So that's how I feel.
I think he's a victim of his own ability. I think he's a victim of his own ability, and I'll tell you why. First, let's see who was taken before him. So who was taken that, what teams really passed on Sewell? There was only 2 teams.
Yeah.
The Dolphins at 6 and the Bengals at 5. Both needed to address the offensive line, but they also knew they needed to get their franchise quarterback weapon. So what happened? Jamar Chase goes to Cincy. Jalen Waddle goes to Dolphins. The rest is history. Lions take Penei Sewell. But who could have the Lions taken if they didn't get Sewell? Well, you're probably looking at who? Patrick Surtain, Micah Parsons. But you don't know if Micah Parsons is even going to be better than Derek Barnes, and Barnes you got in the 4th round. Like, you can find similar talent later on in the NFL draft. You get your Pro Bowlers round 1. You win Super Bowls round 3, 4, 5. So that's how you build your team. So I'm not going to jump on the train and say they're going to regret it. But it hasn't been pretty. But I think you pointed out perfectly, Jeff, the reasons why. A lot of his mistakes are actually mental. And yes. I'm actually happy with that. I'm glad he's not slow off the line. I'm glad he's not weak or... He's going through a learning curve. It's preseason. I can slate the team as much as I want. I'm not going to slate the kid. Preseason. He needs 10, 14 games before I can actually tell you, wow, we have something, or man, I can't believe we wasted another first-round pick. Give me a year and a half. I can tell you that easily. But I'm not going to tell you right now.
There's a difference between calling Tavai slow or whatever it is, fat, or whatever you say. But with Sewell, it's none of that. He has athleticism. He has footwork. He has, his football IQ.
Intangibles.
Tangibles.
That's
right.
the perfect word.
Tangibles. It's just the other stuff. Getting his legs under him. Just get used to playing in the NFL. I mean, that's all it is.
Look, not everybody can just get thrown into the NFL and succeed. Patrick Mahomes was sat year 1, even though in Kansas City, the local media said, my God, this guy is beyond Alex Smith. And the Chiefs brought out Alex Smith to the playoffs. They got knocked out, and they moved on year 2. Why? They gave him time to learn Andy Reid's offense, even though he was so much better year 1.
But he was throwing interceptions in camp. There was those reports.
It didn't matter.
I know, but
it didn't matter because you look at the upside, right?
Right.
But again, you look at the development, though. They let him make the mistakes where? In practice, not on the field.
Right.
Because in practice, it's a learning curve. On the field, it's a mistake, and it affects your team's win-loss record. There's a big difference. So you look at those situations. No, I'm not saying you have to sit Penei Sewell for the year. God, no.
No.
He's somebody with that offensive line. It's a pretty good offensive line. We all agree probably top 10. All right, good. Go out there. Make an impact. He's going to learn. He's going to be okay. It's a new position for him. So I'm not going to sit here and say they're going to regret taking Penei Sewell at 7, but this is all situational. You guys can sit up here and tell me they should have taken Mac Jones, they should have taken Justin Fields, Patrick Surtain. Well, you know what? They took Okudah the year prior, so there's no chance Brad Holmes year 1 is taking a corner at number 7. It's just not. Unless he traded back, then he probably would have taken one, but he didn't. He's not taking a quarterback. He just got 2 first-round picks and Jared Goff. He can't get rid of Goff for the next 2 years. So he knows he has 2 years to decide which quarterback he wants to move forward with, whether he wants to draft him this upcoming draft or in the 2023 draft. Great. What's the problem here? Given the situation, you could assure the offensive line is going to be great for the next 8 to 12 years. And they did that. Now, is Penei Sewell going to work out? Hell, I'm not a fortune teller. But he's got the intangibles. And that's on the coaching staff, the trainers, and everybody in that front office to make sure he sees out his potential.
And how do you get better by playing offensive line? Play reps. Get reps in. It's not like quarterback where, you rest a guy, you let him learn mentally. I mean, if you're going to play right tackle, a new position, you got to get out there and get reps. And it's going to cause some mistakes, but that's how he learns.
But this is the time to make the mistakes because the team doesn't have the expectation of, hey, we need to win.
Preseason.
A lot of these linemen that walk into certain situations, the teams the year prior were playoff teams. So they're expecting to get back. No, Lions are in a rebuild. Penei, I don't care how many mistakes you make. Don't make the same mistake twice. Let's get better every single day. Every single day. Week to week, let's improve. Let's get better. And when you do that over the course of the next year or two, you might and probably have yourself a very good right tackle. And that's a win. That's a win. You want to have the Rashawn Slater, Penei Sewell? I don't care. I'm a big fan of Rashawn Slater, but I don't blame the team for not passing on the guy with all the intangibles. Sorry.
Yeah,
how could Brad Holmes address the media post-draft saying, I passed on Penei Sewell for Rashawn Slater or Patrick Surtain because I want to? Like, no. Like, they made the decision, accept it. And again, he needs 14 to 20 games before I can tell you if he's going to be a good player. Ideally, come Thanksgiving, he's starting to really blossom. That's the ideal scenario. I can't tell you what will happen, but that's my expectation of Penei. So I don't think they're going to regret it unless he actually just flakes out.
Yeah.
And when I mean flake out, I mean he's done before his rookie contract. Then you'll regret it. He's got to play for the next 8 seasons, minimum. Minimum, or they're going to regret it. It's that simple. That's simple.
Yeah.
Kennedy, Penei Sewell. Your thoughts, 1, on his preseason performances. 2, do you believe there's a scenario where the Lions regret drafting Penei Sewell?
Okay, so preseason performances, obviously they're not exactly what we wanted to see out of him. I expected a little more, but yeah, honestly, after Jeff reminding me that he hasn't played since his sophomore year, he is super young, younger than me, younger than Jeff, I think. And so, I mean, I don't know what we can really expect. He definitely needs the time to grow here. But that being said, I was a little, maybe overly hyped about him and maybe led in the wrong direction because of Detroit media and just some of the pressers and what they were saying. They were saying, oh, he's adjusting perfectly to right tackle. He looks great. So I was just all right, he's going to go out there. He's going to freaking crush it. I was ready. And then, so I'm a little bit let down. But going back to the draft, no, I don't think they took the wrong pick at all. We needed to build up this O-line. It's going to be good. We just have to give it time. So.
All right, fair enough. So I think we're all kind of on the same page.
Yeah.
It's too early to tell if they're going to regret it. We do think he needs time to develop. So that's not a bad situation if you're a Detroit Lions fan to be in. We got to head to break. Before we head to break, of course, guys, I'm a betting man. One of my favorite bets this year is going to be the under for the Detroit Lions. Sorry, not sorry. It's just the reality. But join our friends at MyBookie. Sign up using code Woodward. They'll match your deposit up to 50%. Deposit $100, give $50. $200, $100. You know the game. Sign up using code Woodward at mybookie.com. Bet from anywhere, anytime. Again, that's MyBookie. We'll see you right after the break.